I've written 12 books, 2 New York Times bestsellers, 1 Wall Street bestseller. It affected me because I was teased all the time and I had to fight all the time in school. Oprah's been a big part of my life, so she has been so responsible for my transformation, because of so much I learned from her. So what happens when you don't know who you are, you're defined by your race, you're defined by your house, your car, your money, religion, your family. You're defined by your job, defined by all of those things. And so I didn't know how to define myself. And because I had all of this pressure on me in a relationship with her in public, I couldn't go to the outside world to find the answers. The answers were only on the inside. You're driven, hungry.
Wow.
The whole thing.
Mom, I made it, man. I'm done. Like, Stedman believes in me, man. Let's go.
No question.
Hey, what up? It's Game, man. NandoLeaks.
Hey, what's up? Yo, this is 50 Cent.
Hey, this is Rihanna Fernando.
Hey, yo, Fernando. What's up? DJ Khaled.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is J Balvin. NandoLeaks, okay?
Fernando. X is in that station for a reason, baby.
NandoLeaks. Real talk.
Yeah, what up, is your boy Fernando, a.k.a. Mr. Good Vibes Only. Welkom bij een gloednieuwe podcast. Zoals je weet, deze podcast gaat over inspiratie, motivatie. Ik spreek interessante mensen uit binnen- en buitenland. Mensen met een verhaal. Mensen waarvan je iets kan leren. Want we kunnen immers altijd wat van elkaar leren. Je moet gewoon je oren openzetten. We hebben 2 oren en 1 mond. Dat betekent dat luisteren extra belangrijk is. Dus luister naar deze volgende aflevering. En geloof me, je gaat hem interessant vinden. Deze man ken ik al een aantal jaren. Misschien jij ook wel. Maar vandaag gaan we hem beter leren kennen. So I'm going to switch it over to English. And if you don't know English, Google Translate. In the building, a man I've known for many years. He's very smart. The way how he talks, the way how he communicates is next level. He's an educator. He's a best-selling author. He used to be an athlete. I still believe he's an athlete as well because he has the mindset of an athlete. Goes further than where you can ever imagine him going. And he got a new book coming out. We're going to talk about it as well right here. The one and only Stedman Graham.
My pleasure. Nice to see you. I'm so glad you're doing so well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
And you got a long ways to go. So you got that capacity, that brain capacity, smart, you're driven, hungry.
Wow.
The whole thing.
Mom, I made it, man. I'm done. Like, Stedman believes in me, man. Let's go.
No question.
Yeah. It really touches me when you say that because, like, in my life, I've always been insecure is a big word, but like I've grown up without a father in my life. So I never had like that masculine, I believe in you, you're my son. So I was always seeking for validation.
Absolutely.
So doing stuff when people tell me I can't do it, I'm gonna prove it to them I can. So it feels, it always relaxes me when people I respect see me. I don't know, like
Well, you might not have the same life if sometimes you can have a father that may not be there.
Yeah.
So, you're dealt that hand. And so you took that and made that into something. Could have destroyed yourself because of it.
Yeah.
So the fact that you had the capacity to be able to make the choice to, take the high road is a testament probably to your mom. And you're looking for that validation. And you do it through your show. And you do it through your drive and determination and perseverance. And so that's a gift. Claim that.
Okay. Thank you. How was that for you? Because like in life, we always seek our own identity. Your last book's Identity Leadership.
Yeah.
How do you find your identity?
Well, it's something that you keep working on all of your life. You never really stop. Knowing who you are, it's like the greatest gift in the world because you're able to define your own existence. And you have 99% of the people who aren't capable of doing that because they're not taught that. In school, they're taught to memorize and take tests, repeat the information back. They get labeled with a grade. And 2 weeks later, they forget the information. So they don't learn anything. So you're actually not growing. And then most people are stuck doing the same thing over and over every single day. They wake up in the morning, they wash their face, they brush their teeth, they get something to eat, they get the kids off to school, work all day, come home in the afternoon, they spend time with their family, they watch TV, they go to bed, maybe they dream, and that's Monday. And they repeat that same cycle over and over all the time. So if you did the same thing you did yesterday, as you would do today, as you would do tomorrow, what have you done? Nothing. Everything you learn, you forget, which is nothing. So you pretty much have to be told everything to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not you don't have any self-determination. Like you have self-determination now. You're able to create, design, innovate, and build your own life based on what's possible for you. And you're able to organize information and education and apply it to your calling, to your passion, to your purpose in life. And that identity piece shapes you throughout your life. But the process of success is the same for everybody. And when you learn how to organize your life around the world, based on that core identity, based on that purpose that you have, based on your talents, your skills, your abilities, and the main thing is love.
Mm-hmm. Focus on love.
Obviously, you follow
Mm-hmm.
because you couldn't be here without love. And loving yourself, loving your work, loving your family, loving everything that's relevant to empowerment. Mm-hmm. So this is an empowerment process that I teach through my work. And I teach it in a curriculum. I'm in the schools. I have, from K through 12. I teach it in colleges, which is a sweet spot because college students are looking for, how to get serious in their own personal professional development. And teaching in corporate America. So I get a chance to take the 8 billion people who are pretty much lost, mm-hmm. segment those markets, and then apply my teachings to those markets around my books and courses and all of that. So I feel really fortunate to be able to do that in my own life, personally and professionally, but also to teach other people and to share my experiences with them.
And that's the power. I mean, like being able to help other people, educate people, help them find their way. Who was the person that helped you find your way and educated you in finding yourself?
Yeah, I had a lot of people in my life growing up in my community. I had a lot of people. I was fortunate to be in sports. I had a lot of traumatic events growing up in my family and dealing with, adversity there.
You had two disabled brothers as well, right?
Two special need brothers in my family.
How did that affect you?
Well, it affected me because I was teased all the time and bullied. And I had to fight all the time in school. And nobody tells you how to deal with that. So as a result, you grow up with low self-esteem and a lack of confidence in yourself. And the only thing really that saved me from destroying myself, because I worked in the prison system 5 years later on in my life, but I would have been in prison in that system because I had so much pain and rage and anger and negativity. Mm-hmm. And if you know anything about anger and rage, it always destroys you. Whatever you put out always comes back to you. So anger destroys. So I was so angry. And I was a pretty good student, probably an average student. Maybe above average intelligence, but I didn't apply myself in school. So I didn't understand the meaning of education or how to use it or make it relevant to my development. So you're just kind of going through the motions every single day. You're not a thinker. Mm-hmm. You don't have the cognitive ability to understand how to apply information to your empowerment. So you're pretty much kind of stuck like everybody else, told to go to school, went to school, got a scholarship, get a job, serve in the U.S. Army. Friend of mine, Charles Ruffalo, we're friends. He's over here and always talk about the military experiences and all of that. Those are things that helped shape me. Working in the prison system, being a ball player, playing ball all in Europe and all of that in college helped me. Being able to, again, Oprah's been a big part of my life, so she has been so responsible for my transformation, because of so much I learned from her. And I've learned, and Bob Brown, who I work for, traveled all over the world, was the only American to ever see Nelson Mandela in prison, So I got a chance to be around a lot of folks. Steve Lesnick, who I work with in Chicago, and Jan Miller, who was my agent, who helped me write a number of books. I've written 12 books, 2 New York Times bestsellers, 1 Wall Street bestseller. So,
Amazing.
One of my steps in the 9-step success process is build your dream team. And so I had a team of people throughout my whole life, just like you have, who help you get to the next level, because no one makes it alone. No man or woman is an island unto themselves. You cannot make it by yourself. You've got to have people that can help you and also care about you.
Yeah.
And so I was fortunate, to have a lot of people in my life that I learned so much from all of them.
Because as a kid, was it your dream to become an athlete and go into basketball? Was that your first dream? Because we have different dream phases and what we want to become.
I don't know if I said that, but that saved me that gave me enough self-esteem and belief in myself not to destroy myself.
Okay.
And so I used that as a way to get me out of my community. I grew up in an all-black town surrounded by a white county where they said nothing good ever comes out of Whitesboro. We had a lot of good that came out of Whitesboro, but people would be programming us around that. I had a race-based consciousness. I thought it was about race. And so I had a lot of labels I had to deal with.
Wow.
And stigmas. And so it was confusing for me. And so I being able, basketball was my thing that I was consistent in. It sustained me over a long period of time. I could play ball, pretty good ball player if you let me tell it. Yeah. And so, I used it as a vehicle for channeling that anger and channeling that rage into that. But if you're not thinking, if you're just channeling the rage physically,
yeah,
and you're not using the brain to kind of organize things and make things better, then you're just reacting all the time. So, you have an emotional base that just reacts.
You have to be proactive.
You have to be, the great athletes are the ones who are smart, but also talented. So they understand what's around them. And I use more of my physical ability to be able to dominate and to compete in the marketplace. And if I had the brain power, if I was a thinker, if I was taught to figure things out, if I could process, then my whole life would probably be different, because I could figure things out and use the combination of physical and mental to be able to navigate through any situation I was in. So I wasn't taught to think until later, until I began to read and become a learner. So when I learned how to learn, my life changed.
Wow. And who made you become more interested in learning? Because that's also a different phase. Who put you on to?
Well, Oprah was a reader. She's a reader. And so I learned so much from her.
Okay.
To read and to be a continuous learner, a lifelong learner, and self-directed. I was pretty much self-directed because I was looking for equality and freedom, and I was looking for it on the outside. So what happens when you don't know who you are, you're defined by your race, you're defined by your house, your car, your money, religion, your family, you're defined by your job, defined by all of those things. And so I didn't know how to define myself. And because I had all of this pressure on me in a relationship with her in public, I couldn't go to the outside world to find the answers. The answers were only on the inside. So I had to go back in to figure out, oh, I see. If you want to find out who you are, you have to work on yourself. You have to focus on yourself. If you're looking for freedom, you'll never find it on the outside. It's on the inside. And whoever you turn your power over to define you will always define you as less than them. So it's not on the outside. It's all internal workings. It's all reading, developing, building, designing, creating, finding out what your talents are, finding out what you love and care about, finding out what your interests are, and then building from that. So it's an inside job, and then inside becomes outside, and you put all of that together. So I was searching for that. I was looking for that equality. And nobody can give you that. You have to find that for yourself. You have to build that for yourself. And so when I realized, the information, the education, education and information knowledge is power. So to be able to read and learn and then apply that information to every segment of my life based on what my passion was, what I love, what I cared about, was my way of growing and building and developing. And that's when I realized, oh, that's the secret sauce.
Yeah. Wow. And what you say is actually true. Like, we're often get defined by who we let define ourselves. Like, oh, you're a woman, you can't do this, or you're black, that's why you can't do that.
Women are told they can't make it because it's a man's world, or you can't make it because you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You know, people of color are told you can't make it because of the color of your skin. No, because that's socially constructed and designed to marginalize your existence. No, you can't make it because you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So when you know who you are, you can eliminate all the labels.
Yeah.
You know, it gets down to performance, creating your own, like you talked about, creating your own, not looking to somebody else to determine your value. You know, realizing that the value that you give yourself is the value the world gives you. The world sees you as you see yourself based on the work that you do and the internal development and the possibilities that you have. So when you're smart like you are and you have the capacity, man, there's a word called leverage. You're supposed to be leveraging this communication industry, leveraging the internet, leveraging YouTube, leveraging all the opportunities that you have and making that relevant to your ideas, to your innovation, to your creativity, because you don't mind doing the work.
No, I believe, I love putting in the work because it makes me grow every minute of the day that I'm teaching myself how to work these cameras, learning about the software. It makes me happy. Like, I don't know, like every time I get more knowledge or my knowledge grows, it makes me happier because I'm feeling that I'm growing into the better version of myself. So I've always had that. Like now I'm on vacation and we're recording this conversation because I believe my purpose is communicating, capturing stories so I can educate other people that are maybe clueless or looking or like, hey, I don't read books. Well, maybe you should get Stedman's book. And then I've fulfilled the purpose. I've helped someone. And that's how I kind of grew up watching my role models on television. Like I said, off camera, I said, like looking at Eddie Murphy, he gave me the laughter, like moments when I wasn't feeling good about myself or my life. I was like watching these movies and he put a smile on my face. Watching Sway, the radio DJ, the host, do interviews. I was like, wow, I like how he does interviews. With my mom sitting at home watching the Oprah Winfrey show, I was studying how she communicated. I was like, wow, I like her power, the way how she communicates and gets people to be themselves. So all these elements, I kind of developed my own learning process by just learning from the best, my icons, my role models. So that's why I believe these conversations are important because people learn so much from other people when they open their channels. We got 2 ears and 1 mouth that believes that means that listening is more important than talking. Just listen, observe, and then apply it.
Well, you mentioned 2 words. You mentioned self and you mentioned own, which are very important words.
Yeah.
Ownership of your own life, moving from a follower to a leader of your own self-development. And you mentioned self, also all about self-empowerment. So, I mean, the book that I really, work out of today, I'm finishing up the second book here, but Identity Leadership is based on the philosophy of self-leadership. You can't lead anybody else until you first lead yourself.
Yeah.
So you can't lead anybody else until you start working on you.
Yeah.
Until you start working on your vision, your ideas, your innovation, your creativity, dreaming the dream and making that better. There's an English poet that says, all people dream, but not equally. Those who dream in the dusty recesses of their mind, they wake in the morning to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous people, for they dream their dreams with open eyes, and they make them come true.
Wow.
That's the difference between the follower and the leader. Is the leader dreams their dreams with open eyes. They make things relevant, information relevant to their development every single day like you're doing, and they make them come true. So you have an idea, you have a thought, and everything starts with a thought.
Yeah.
You take that thought and you can self-actualize that thought. That's a most powerful thing I know in the world. And today you have the iPhone.
Yeah.
Which is the most powerful tool in the world.
You do anything with it.
No question about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the pictures it takes as we were coming in, you know, your ability to download, now translate. Now we have AI, you know. So if you put ID with AI, identity with AI, man, it's an unbelievable empowerment tool.
And that's why education is so important, because people are scared to embrace what's new. And with AI coming, everybody's like, yeah, but no. If you learn about technology, you can learn how to apply it, because it's coming either way.
It's a tool.
Yeah. You got to learn how to use the tool.
So what's important is human capital, how you develop that, performance, opportunity. Now you live in a global marketplace today. I mean, I'm in Amsterdam right now. You know, I just left Chicago. I was in Washington, D.C. So to be able to take those experiences and make those relevant to your 24 hours, which is what makes everyone equal. Everybody has 24 hours. And you can apply that information, everything that you learn, to your personal, professional development and to your social economic opportunities in a global marketplace, using technology as a tool to be able to scale that, and then organize a business, which I'm sure you're in. You have a business, or you get to invest in other businesses, is what it's all about. And the process of success is the same for everybody. See, that's the beautiful thing about this. You know, all you have to do is find it within yourself. Find that passion, find out what you love. The key word is love.
Yeah.
Organizing everything, writing down everything you love in your life, and then being able to take the information and apply it to what you love, micromanage that in the 24 hours that you have every single day, organize yourself around yourself, and then serve the world. You know, you can't drink from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have. So you got to build it first within yourself, and then you share it with yourself, your family, and the world.
Yeah. And your relationships are very important. Your friends, the people, your community, the people
Law
you
of attraction says whatever you put out will come back.
Yeah.
People respond to you based on who you are. And so, you know, you don't have to worry about that. The world will give you everything you need because of the energy you are putting out is empowering energy, and energy based on the most powerful word, which is love.
Yeah.
And so you're going to get back what you exactly put out.
Yeah. I believe that like love is the most connecting and most powerful tool. We all search for it, but when we find it, some people don't know how to hold on to it. And other people know that at the end of the day, that's what we're all searching for. Like at first we think, I need money, I need this, but all the money in the world doesn't mean anything if you don't have anyone to share with.
In 5 years, they're all looking for love.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know, so once you make that transformation, the transformation is always love. It's a thought. And you have to think, you know, you can only have one emotion at a time. You can't have two. So it's either negative or positive. You only have two choices a day. So you have to choose it, especially if the foundation of your existence is negative, the foundation of my existence is negative. So I look at the glass half empty before I look at the glass half full.
Yeah.
So if I want to transform my life, I have to replace negativity with love, because you know the negativity is there. I can pull it up anytime. It's the choices I make every single day and the decisions I make every single day to move forward as opposed to going backwards. That's a powerful metaphor.
Yeah.
Of being able to use love as a way to conquer negativity, low self-esteem, a lack of confidence, and any kind of negative energy you might have.
Yeah.
That will take you out. You know, so it's being able to understand the empowerment side of who you are, the goodness of who you are, all those things you're capable, as opposed to looking at the glass half empty, look at the glass half full, or be grateful with what you have.
Yeah. But that's also amazing to see that, because you said earlier in the conversation that Oprah helped you transform. Yes. But that's kind of special, seeing the fact that before you met her, you weren't at that spot where you are right now. So that's kind of special that she saw your potential. But how was it for you to also be vulnerable? Because like, I remember me in my last relationship, it was very hard for me to be vulnerable and explain, I'm not sure about this, I'm not sure. Because as a male, you're like, I'm a I'm gonna take care of myself. How did you lower your put your guard down and open up for love and just let yourself be immersed?
You're learning a lot about yourself. It's hard to share with somebody else when you don't have it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a journey of self-discovery, self-awareness, working on yourself, and trying to be the best version of yourself. But you know, I always want other people to be better. You know, my work is about empowering other people. So, you know, I wasn't trying to hurt anybody. I was always trying to empower folks. Even though I have low self-esteem and lack of confidence, I was always trying to give other people the best advice I possibly could, because I was looking for it for myself.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how you do it without transforming that thinking around the word love, because all of the things you have to deal with coming at you, and it's a tough situation. So you have to choose how you're going to deal with it, in spite of the fact you may be hurting at that particular time.
Yeah. And how do you, because we also spoke about how to define yourself. We're being defined in life by what people tell us we got to be in this. And you also said, like, I remember in an interview you said, like, there are people that are trying to define you as, oh, that's Oprah's man. Or how did you cope with that? How did you figure out?
Well, you learn how to define yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so, again, I was able to separate her life. That's her life. This is my life. And so being able to respect who she is,
mm-hmm.
and also respect who I am, gave me the opportunity to figure out how to do what I'm doing right now, which is to teach what I learned, which is I didn't know who I was. So to be able to teach that within myself and now teach it to the world, that's a pretty phenomenal thing, I think.
Yeah.
Is be able to use those lessons as a way to help other people learn what I learned.
Yeah.
And I think she's doing the same thing. She's doing the same thing in her work. And she's trying to empower people. So we're in the same line of work. You know, she does it on the air with television and communications and all of that. I'm doing it on the ground. But the commonality is we're trying to empower as many people as possible, and ourselves.
Yeah. And because, like, we look from outside in and be like, wow, this is the power couple, because you guys have been together forever and ever. What's the secret to that? Like, because a lot of people looking for love, when you find it, how do you hold on to it and create it that it works? Because there's a difference between just being in love with someone for this year, but you guys have been together for over 30 years. So what's the secret to your magic? What can people learn from that?
I think the secret to, I would say, the secret to happiness and peace is being comfortable with yourself. Mm-hmm. And knowing, I go back to knowing who you are and working on yourself all the time. And, you know, and being able to share things and experience things, but also not being impressed with all of the other stuff that goes with that.
Yeah.
And it still comes down to self and believing in self and respecting self and all of that. So not easy, but, you know, it starts with you working on you every day.
Yeah.
So that's the key for relationships. That's the key for you know, friendships. That's the key for partnerships. That's the key for business. That's the key for, you know, for community work. That's the key for all of that. It's being comfortable with yourself, regardless of who you're talking to, whether you're talking to the President of the United States or a homeless person on the street. You're the same person all the time.
Yeah. So
you're not impressed by all of the external stuff. You know, you're really comfortable with who you are, where you're going, and how you're going to get there. That's a huge thing.
Yeah. Not many people have that, because when you look at the internet and social media,
8 billion people don't have that.
Yeah. They're always impressed with what they see.
They're looking for the freedom on the outside, not on the inside.
Yeah.
So that's constant work. Like your work is constant work, because you keep going to another level. And you keep getting more experience. And so you keep getting more opportunities. And you got to navigate through all of that.
Yeah.
You move into another building. You partner with some other people. You interview some other folks. You're always trying to, get to the next level, which requires a whole new skill set sometimes.
True. And there's a new book coming out. Is this the title?
Identity, Passport to Freedom?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the next book coming out. We'll have a course with that. And basically that's our consumer-based program. So we're on the ground. We'll share that with a lot of folks. And
I'll put a link down below so you could get it.
Yeah. And so I'm very excited about that program because it connects us to homeless people, connects us to people that are less fortunate. It connects us to young people. It connects us to, something we could give people where it's a short read. It's not very long. Then we have the book, which will be probably about this size. And then we'll have the course. And so it's a kind of an engagement piece around the work.
Yeah. Commit to your vision.
We'll tour that. We'll do the Identity Passport to Freedom tour pretty much all around the world. We're having it in different languages and all of that. So we're excited about it.
So we're going to be touring. So we're going to be seeing you again.
Yeah, we'll be touring all around. So, Charles Ruffalo, he's
Shout out to Charles Ruffalo.
Yeah, Charles Ruffalo is the man, and he's got his team with him right over here. And so, it's great to be able to, work with him. And he's a network king.
For sure. Yeah.
Vietnam, Asia, all those places we'll be touring. So we're looking forward to it.
It's so amazing. I said it before also that what I really admire about you is that you're so passionate. Like a lot of people, when they do stuff, they're like, okay, I did it. And it's a different chapter in their life, but you're the real deal. You're actually preaching what you teach and teaching what you preach, and you're living it. Like you're the most believable communicator I've seen in many years. Like a lot of people you hear from, but like I've known you for over 10, 12 years personally, seeing you doing stuff. Like, wow, but he's consistent. He's like, and I like to see that. The strength is being consistent. It's the same thing with all the professional athletes. Michael Jordan was always consistent in what he was doing, throwing, moving. All these top athletes, they're consistent. And for you still doing this, I applaud you because
you have to love it. I mean, that's what love does. Love allows you to be consistent over a long period of time. That's also what branding is, consistency. And so our ability to be able to figure out, I'm so passionate about the work because it's my life. I've dedicated my life to it. And the process works. I did a seminar here yesterday, a workshop.
Yeah.
And the Stedman Awards, right? And so, man, it was great. I had about directors in there, producers in there, actors in there, actresses in there. And it was great to see that the process works even for them, and it's kind of liberating even for them.
Yeah.
And so no matter where you go, the process, human beings are the same no matter where they go, where you go, or what country they're in, or what nationality they are, or what color they are. They're the same. So the process is the same for everybody.
Yeah.
And the key is you have to know who you are, especially today, to be able to navigate through the 21st century. And we have access to information. So when you can take that information and make it relevant to your development so you can be a better person today than you were yesterday, like you do, you're always looking for, another way to build value and be a better person. Man, that's the secret. We're not talking about who you are, but who you can become.
Yeah.
And who can you become, especially today with technology and now AI and all the things that are available to you, as a person. And that question, is relevant to anybody, anywhere in the world.
I think we're always searching for who we are at the end of the day. And when you find out who you are, it could be a greater gift to mankind. And your surroundings, yourself. And I always believe in being in service of. That's the greatest gift. I'm always busy with, I don't want my kids to see me. Like, they don't want to see me as, oh, my father did radio, or a compassionate guy that tried to always help people and do his best. That's the legacy I want to leave. Like, actually help instead of just taking. Like, a lot of people want to take. What can you give?
Yeah, well, that's why, the more you have, the more you can give.
Yeah.
The more you work on yourself, the more you can share with other people.
Could you tell the people that are watching right now any special thoughts, what they might be with right now and thinking like, okay, I want to go to the next level, but I'm stuck?
Wow, I think the key is, I would say this, a great exercise is to take a piece of paper and write down everything you love in your life.
Okay.
Anything you can imagine that you love, all the foods that you love, all the places you love to travel, the kind of work that you love, all your friends that you love, family, the members that you love, all of that, everything that you love in your life. And then take information and apply it. Everything you read, apply it to everything that you're passionate about, everything that you love, everything that you want to, create and develop and build out, and micromanage that so that you're like, I'm a golfer, so I love golf. So I don't want to be an average golfer. I want to be a good golfer, right? So I'm kind of micromanaging a program of golf. What kind of program can I follow? Because I have 24 hours. Organization's the highest level of development. So how do I organize my 24 hours to create value in golf over a long period of time? Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. So you set up a schedule for that. So I need a pro. I need a teaching pro. I need to, probably subscription to Golf Magazine or pick it up on the newsstand. I need to practice, okay? I need to have the equipment to do that. I need to be able to figure out where I want to travel, who I want to play with, all of that, lay out the time for that, how many times I want to play. And so it gives me a process I can follow and lay out a program for creating excellence in golf. If you took that, that's one thing that I love. So if you took everything that you love and you process it out and you lay it out and you create guidelines around that you can follow, then you can create success in that program.
Yeah. Real talk, man. Real conversation. Stedman, I want to thank you for your time coming to my podcast. Whenever you're back here in the Netherlands, you're always welcome. My platform is your platform. And once again, I'm very proud to have you on the show. I respect you dearly, and you're an inspiration also to me. Like the way how you put yourself in for the community and always want to grow and evolve. I love that about you.
Congratulations to what you're doing, man. You are on it.
Thank you.
You are creating a lot of value in your work. You care about it. You're passionate about it. It is so great to see. And the sky's the limit for you. You have no limitations.
No limitation. I only say the only limit is your imagination, and my imagination is everlasting. So I'm gonna take it to the next level. Thank you for those kind words, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
See you soon. Real talk, Stedman Graham.